Hello, my name is Kumi Kimura, and I am here to help you become better informed about trademarks. Here with me to help with the explaining is Goichi Mine. Thank you for helping.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's get started then. A trademark is a name or mark given in order to communicate to consumers that a good or product is made by a particular company. Now, Mr. Mine, I hear there are various types of trademarks.
There are a number of types of trademarks, including just characters, just figures, or a combination of both. There are also trademarks formed from signs and three-dimensional ones too. The Trademark Act has also been revised, and protection is given to the trademarks that previously were considered eligible to be trademarks, such as sounds and motions. But I will explain about that in greater detail in the overview of the protection for non-traditional trademarks.
We can see a lot of trademarks all around us. We sent our reporters into the streets to research.
Out here on the streets, trademarks are everywhere. It is no exaggeration to say that we live our lives surrounded by trademarks. We also asked about the function of trademarks.
I search by looking at the logo marks on labels or at the names of goods. I worry about where new goods are coming from. I look at the logo mark, and if it is from a famous maker, then I feel it should be okay.
I always go with goods from the same makers. I look at the labels and packaging and buy the same things.
Well, I don't think I'd buy things from a maker I've never seen before.
I mostly choose things that I know, such as the names of goods or the maker names that I've seen or heard. I feel more comfortable that way. So then, people look for goods using the logo marks, the goods' names, as a guide. Mr. Mine, could you explain to us in a little more detail about trademarks?
As could be seen in the video, when consumers purchase goods or make use of the services, they use names and marks as guides for their selection. In other words, it is extremely common for them to use trademarks to make purchase choices. This is where the major role of the trademark is. It shows that if items have the same mark, then they come from the same producer or seller.
So you're saying we've been unconsciously using trademarks to identify who has made a particular good.
That's right. If items have the same mark, then we understand that the goods are of the same quality and can be safely purchased at any store. This is also the power of trademarks. Also, by building up trust in goods or services, the trademark gives birth to a brand image of reliability and peace of mind purchasing.
So, in other words, if you continue to provide a good product, then consumers will get to have a good impression of the good's trademark itself.
That's correct. Trademarks also play a substantial role in television commercials and magazine advertisements. And due to this role, they're called silent salespeople. However, if a trademark is imitated arbitrarily and bad quality goods comes out, then to consumers, the trademark becomes unreliable, offering no peace of mind, and the brand image drops. What protects these names and marks attached to goods and services, in other words trademarks, as an asset, is the intellectual property, known as the trademark right.
Could you explain in a little more detail about trademark rights?
First, when using a trademark, if you use naming that is identical with or similar to another person's trademark for goods, that is the identical or similar, and if that trademark is registered, then that constitutes an infringement of the trademark right, and there's a possibility that you might be sued. Conversely, if you register a trademark, then it is protected based on the trademark right. And if someone else's identical or similar trademark is used for the identical or similar goods, then you're able to demand injunction against the use or demand compensation for damages. It's important to register a trademark in order to protect your goods.
You've explained about the importance of registering a trademark, but how do you actually go about doing that?
In order to register a trademark, you need to file an application to Japan Patent Office and undergo an examination. First, you file a request for trademark application, including the trademark you would like to have registered, the goods or services on which it will be used, and your name, etc. This can be submitted to the Japan Patent Office over the internet using a PC, via post, or filed directly with the Japan Patent Office at the counter. When filing an application, you will need to pay a fee known as the application fee.
And next comes the examination by the Japan Patent Office.
Correct. When an application is received, the Japan Patent Office first does a formality examination. After that, an examination takes place to see trademark applied for can be registered. When trademark registration is given, the trademark will be registered upon payment of the registration fee and its right is given. Conversely, if registration is refused, then a request for a trial against the decision can be made.
Can you submit an opinion on another person's application?
Yes. If another person registers a trademark and you have an objection to that, then you can file an opposition to registration or file a trial for invalidation with respect to that trademark. There is one other important thing concerning trademark rights.
And what might that be?
One must consider the trademark and the goods or services as a set. When filing an application to Japan Patent Office, the goods you intend to sell or the services you intend to provide that will carry the mark must be designated in advance. The goods and services that have been designated are referred to as designated goods and designated services, respectively. The scope of the right and trademark right is determined by these designated goods and designated services. To give an example of designated goods using a drink maker, the brand's logo is the trademark, while the various goods offered are the designated goods. Meanwhile, in the case of a hotel, the service of offering a space to stay overnight in comfort is the designated service.
I see. So when applying for a trademark, you need to include either designated goods or designated services. Could you tell us about what can or can't be registered?
First of all, you can't register a trademark if your goods can't be distinguished from someone else's.
What kind of things do you mean?
For example, take a strawberry. You can't register words that indicate the common name or characteristics of the goods.
Words that indicate the common name or characteristics of the goods.
For example, for strawberry, the word strawberry or fresh can't become a trademark. This is because the word strawberry is the common name of the goods, while fresh indicates a characteristic of a strawberry. However, if you put the word strawberry on a bicycle, it can function as a trademark because it does not indicate a common name for or characteristic of bicycles.
I see. Is there anything else we need to be careful about when registering a trademark?
You can't register items that are similar to highly public marks such as national flags or the Red Cross mark as trademarks. Furthermore, in cases where the identical or similar trademarks are used for the identical or similar goods, then the applicant who filed the application for trademark registration on the earlier date shall be entitled to register the trademark.
By the way, do trademarks have a period to their duration?
Trademarks last for 10 years from the day they are registered. However, they can be renewed repeatedly. You also need to take care, as trademarks not in use may be rescinded of registration. Also, the effect of trademark right is limited only in Japan.
What should someone do if they think they would like to register a trademark overseas?
There are two ways to file an application overseas. The first method is to file a direct application to the authority with jurisdiction over trademarks in the country in which the application is sought. With this method, you need to follow the procedures for each country in which you would like to file an application. The other method is to file an application to the Japan Patent Office based on the Madrid Protocol. This method enables you to obtain rights in multiple countries by filing one application.
I see. Now, I imagine it must get rather detailed when actually applying for a trademark, either in Japan or overseas. So what kinds of documents do we need, and what should we write?
The Japan Patent Office has the information you need on how to prepare filing documents on its homepage, so please use that as a reference. Consultations are also available at IP comprehensive support counters in all prefectures, and general questions can be answered over the phone or in person at the National Center for Industrial Property Information and Training. You can also ask professional patent attorneys, which can be found via the Patent Attorney search on the homepage of the Japan Patent Attorneys Association.
Finally, let's summarize the benefits of registering a trademark and obtaining a trademark right.
To summarize the benefits of a trademark right, if you have a trademark right, not only can you have exclusive right to use the trademark, you can prohibit other people from using the identical or a similar trademark on the same or similar goods. Furthermore, a trademark right is valid all over Japan, and if someone infringes your trademark right, you're able to demand injunction against the use of your trademark and demand compensation for damages.
Well then, we've introduced some basic information about trademarks and how important they are. I hope you found it helpful. If any of you are considering registering a trademark, please avail yourselves of the options we've discussed today. Thank you, Mr. Mine.